Now we're going to look at some examples, and in these examples, we don't know which type of factoring polynomial it is. They're all mixed in together. You can see here I've got 8 that are mixed together. We're going to use our flowchart and figure out which branch we have to follow to let us know which part of the foldable we're going to look at. So notice in our flowchart, the first bubble says to first look for a GCF. So in this first example here, 4x squared plus 6x minus 40, do we have a GCF? Is there a number or term that all 3 of these terms have in common? And I'm looking, and I'm going to start with my 4 here. 4 will go into 40 and 4 will go into 4, but 4 won't go into 6. So we don't have a GCF of a 4. But what about 2? 2 will go into all 3 of these terms. So it looks like we have a GCF of a 2. Just a 2 only, it would be a 2x if this 40 had an x attached. So I'm going to factor out the 2, and I'm reducing all 3 of these terms by a 2. So when I do, I'm left with a 2x squared plus 3x minus 20. 2 times 2x squared is 4x squared. 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 20 is negative 40. Now that I've done that, I've got to look at what I have in my parentheses. So inside my parentheses, notice how I have 3 terms. So that's my middle bubble. And notice now that it falls into that ax squared plus bx plus c. So with that being said, that means we're still factorable. So now I'm going to look for factors of a times c that add to b, or factors of negative 40 that add to 3. So factors of negative 40 that add to 3. And then I'm going to set up my box as well. Now this step's really important. When we go to our box, okay, we have factored out that first 2. We want to make sure that we box what's in the parentheses, not the original. The whole point of factoring out the GCF is to make it easier to factor. So I've took out the 2. The first term that goes here is the 2x squared, and then the last term is the c, the negative 20, because if I follow my foldable, I'm factoring quadratic trinomials in the ax squared plus bx plus c. So factors of negative 40 that add to 3. And so I've set it up, and then these 2 are going to be my linear terms. So something x and something x. Remember, with this one, we're working inside out. So factors of negative 40 that add to 3. All right, 1 and 40, 2 and 20. 3 won't go into 40. 4 and 10. 5 and 8. 6 won't go into negative 40. 7 won't go into negative 40. So it looks like we've met in the middle. So which set's going to add to 3? How about 5 and 8? So 8 minus 5 is going to get me 3. So if my 5 is negative, it's going to work. So now I'm going to put the negative 5 here and the 8 here. And so from there, to finish it up, all I need is a GCF. So if I look at these 2 terms, what do these 2 terms have in common? 2x squared and negative 5x? Well, their GCF is an x. So x times what is 2x squared? X times 2x. X times what's negative 5x? X times negative 5. 2x times what is 8x? 2x times 4. And what do you know? Negative 4 times 5, negative 5 times 4 is a negative 20. So I have my factors. So don't forget about the original GCF that we factored out. Then 2x minus 5 is a factor, and x plus 4 is a factor.